Hello, Tamara here, nice of you to join me, and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. In today's video I'm going to be showing you some brand new tools that are on the Tamara Morton website and how to use them. And the first tool that we're going to be looking at is called the angled pocket tool. It's a really exciting tool, really easy to use, and it will make making your pockets, your angled pockets, a dream. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. So this is the angled pocket tool in here. Now it comes to you clear with a few little measurements on it, but it will also be in this very nice little mesh pocket. I say pocket, it's not a pocket, it's a little tiny pencil case that you will be able to put other tools in there for your album making. So it's quite a nice size and it fits it beautifully, and as I say, it's a nice mesh pocket, so it's quite sturdy and strong. It's got a nice zipper at the top here that you've got a little pull cord as well to open and close it, which makes keeping your tool really secure, so it's not going to flop about. So we'll get it out and then I'll show you. So the tool itself has got a slot in the middle where you can put your craft knife to cut your pocket. So that's the first tool. The second tool, because this is like a multi-tool, you've got some etched lines. So you've got one at the top, that's for a 1/8 of an inch, and then you've got one at the bottom here that is sized at a 1/4 inch. Now all that means is that if you want to mat and layer and you want to get a nice straight edge, especially if you've got those really intricate or awkward pieces of paper and card, you can then use all your offcuts and put them together, and then you can just cut around it. So that makes it really simple. So it's a tool in one. So you can make 2 angled pockets with this die. Sorry, it's not a die, with this tool. You can make one that's roughly about a 20-degree angle, and then the other one is where you get a step at the top and then you can come down and create like a stepped angle. That's the only way I can really describe it. Now it is in 3mm acrylic, so it's quite strong and sturdy, although if you were to bend it really hard it would break. So you need to just be very careful in that and be mindful of, it's like anything, if you put too much pressure on it, it's going to snap. So, you know, it is quite robust, but I would say don't run over it with your car or give it to the dog to chew. So, yeah, it is intended, as I say, just to make your life, your crafting life, a little bit more easier. So I'll bring in my book that I'm going to make. Now, I've already done one, so just to show you, this is the tool here that we've created our angled pockets in, like so. So I've done one that goes that way and then a second one off of the side here. So this is the first angled pocket that we can make. So we're going to do the back of it on here. Now I've already cut my pieces out, so what you will need to do if you're making a card or a memory book, mini album, you need to do roughly the same things. So I've cut my cardstock and my pattern paper. Again, I'm not going to bother with the sizes because, you know, you will have different sizes, but I'm going to do my 1/8 of an inch mat and layer. So to create the mat and layer for the top, now please excuse the bottom here, it isn't that I've cut it too short. I'm trying to conserve a little bit of my pattern paper because this is graphic 45, so I need to be a little bit more frugal with it. Because it's going to be covered by my top angled pocket, you're not going to see it, so I was being just a little bit frugal with it. I do apologise, this chair is very, very squeaky. It is awful. So, I'm going to throw it in the tip. So, for your pocket, now, what you need to do is you'll need to line it up with the very top edge of your cardstock. Now, let me just bring you down a second. I thought it would work. It doesn't work. Don't know what's wrong with it. Anyway, I can't bring you down. So what you need to do is line up your cardstock and your pattern paper so that you've got, so I'm just going to by eye it, 1/8 of an inch gap on your two sides here. Don't worry about the one at the bottom. As I say, that's going to be covered, but if you were doing it, you would make sure that you've got your 1/8 of an inch all the way round. Now, using a little bit of low tack tape. Now, with any tape, you can rip your paper. So what I tend to do is I fluff it up. So I'm just going to take it and get loads of little fibres on it from my clothes and my jumpers and things, just so that it takes a little bit of that tackiness away. I'm going to put it down here a little bit. Hold it very carefully. Pull that down. So that's your one side. So again, I'm just going to defluff it or refluff it, whatever you want. So just, or fluff it up. I'm going to say it's fluffing it up. So we fluffed that one up, and then we can put it onto that side there. So that's not going anywhere, that's now stuck. So you will need a cutting mat and a craft knife. Now make sure that your craft knife is quite sharp. So I've put a brand new blade in this and it's cutting like a dream. So I've only got a very small cutting mat, as you can see. It's only tiny. My other one is a bit too big to bring down. So you can do 1 or 2 cuts. Now on your tool, if I put this underneath, you'll see you've got an angled corner on this side, and then on the opposite corner you've got an angled corner there. Now that is angled like that, so if you want to have a pocket from right to left, you can use this one. If you want one from left to right, you use this one. So it just goes like so. So you just flip them over, and then that will create your angled on your two sides. So as I'm going to go from my right to my left side. So all you need to do is you line up this corner here. There we go. Let me move it over a little bit. I'll bring this out. So you line up this corner here with the corner of your project. So we line that up, and then this straight bit here is going to run along the top of your project. Okay, so like so. This bit will be sticking off, but that's okay, that's right. So this is where you have to make a decision. So you can either have it where we're going to cut off our pocket there to give us our 20-degree angle, or you can have this bit here as a step and running down. Now I'm just going to move that slightly out like so. I'm going to keep this running, the straight edge running along that top of that page like so. Now I'm just moving it along so that I can get all of my all of my paper cut off. Okay, so just as long as that line is straight with the top of your project, you'll be able to cut it straight. Now you'll need to hold it down really firmly. Watch your fingers because you're working with a knife, so just be careful. And now the other thing that I would suggest, if you don't like to work with a craft knife, if you've got a mechanical pencil, you will be able to get a mechanical pencil in there to draw a line. Now you won't be able to get a normal pencil because the gap is too small. Now I've made it small enough so that it fits just your craft knife. That way you're not going to get dips, and it's going to cut straight. So let's cut. I'm just going to move that across a little bit more so that the little slot is coming over the edge of my page. Now if you've got a bigger piece, again, you can cut up to about, I think it was about 7 inches. Now if I grab, first of all, just grab my ruler just to, yes, yeah, it's just under, it's 6 7/8 from end to end, but you can cut anywhere up to about a 9 or a 10. So I'm going to just come down like so, move it over. Now if you've got a bit more, you could line it up with that corner there, but I'm just going to do that. Okay, get your knife. Now I tend to, there we go. Now if it doesn't go through all the way, I just then use my scissors. Now that it is pretty, it has gone, it's just the way I've cut it. I haven't cut it off enough, like so. Come on you. There we are. So now we need to take off our low tack tape, and drum roll please. Bring that off, and then if you bring that down just slightly, you can then see that that is a lovely, perfectly layered space between your paper and your cardstock. So that's the first angled pocket. Now if you want to add a second one, like I'm going to do, you've got another choice to make. So you can either make it, I'm just getting it the right way, I thought I'd cut my paper and my cardstock at the wrong measurement, but I just needed to turn it round. I'm just going to move you out a little bit, you seem to be slipping, there we go. So you've got a choice to make. So you can either have it where you go at the opposite angle, or you can go where you go exactly the same. So you've got 2 angled pockets that are the same. So if I bring in my book here, as I said, I've got an angled pocket going from left to right, and then I did the next one from right to left, or vice versa, the other way round, from from right to left, and then from left to right I did. But you can have 2 the same, or like me, which I'm going to do, I'm going to have them at opposite angles. So again, you just need to align it at the top like so, and make sure you're nice and aligned all the way around and they're equal. And then add your tape again like so, and then I'm going to go from my left to right. So I'm going to use the other angle of my tool. So I'm going to do it this way. So line that angle up with the top, and then I'm just going to move that along just so that angle is still, sorry, that slope is running parallel to that line. Now I might just need to turn myself around just so that I've got enough welly to hold it down. Now I'm sitting down. Normally what I would do is stand up and do this so that I've got more pressure going down. But if I'm slow, I should be able to get it. Now we'll try it. I was going to say I wouldn't go back in again, just because you might not cut it at the same angle again. You might go slightly off, so then you'll end up with jaggy bits. But if you're very careful, you can do that. But you can see this one, because I went through and I put a lot more pressure on, it come off straight away. Now these bits here that you've taken off, you can use these as well. Okay, you can put them on, and then you can use this then as a small pocket. So if you wanted to add another pocket down here, you could do, and that way you're using the top and the bottom. Now because this is directional paper, I couldn't use that side, but I may be able to use it on the opposite end, and I can. So I can actually then use this pocket part that is my waist as the next bit of my pocket. So I've got 3 pockets. So I'm just going to take this low tack tape off, and just before I stick them down, I am going to ink my edges if I can find what I've done with my pen. So I'm just going to quickly just run my pen along them edges like so, and then we can stick that down, and then we can stick them together, and then you can see. Actually, just before I do that, I do need to just round my corners. Now I'm only saying that is because this is going into my book as my project, so I wanted to just make sure that I've rounded them corners, because the front of my project is rounded as well. So I had to just do that quickly. So then you put that on, and that is such a quick and easy tool to use. Now when I've come to do my angled pockets, you have to measure up and then make a dot with your pen, then come up again and make another dot, then join those dots up, and then sometimes you don't get the dots in the right place, and then you've got nothing then for your scissors or your craft knife to hold against, and you can then have a massive big gouge out of your paper, and you just think, oh, that's just So with this tool, it's just quick and easy, and it is just for that. It just makes it so much quicker and easier. I've done these type of pockets before, and I say it's probably taken me like 3 or 4 minutes to just then mark it up and then cut it with your scissors rather than a craft knife, because I'd rather cut with the scissors if I've got nothing to go against. I've used my rulers and things like that, then my rulers are slipped because it's got nothing to hold your craft knife in. So I just thought this would be a grand tool to use and have in your arsenal. We've done our first pocket. Now we'll just say, I'm going to quickly just add this on, and then we can add our second bit on as well. So I'll just quickly just ink that edge like so, and then I'll show you the next part of our tool. So again, I've just put my glue on, and I should have just rounded that corner and corner there, and then we can stick this on. Now as I've just noticed, I haven't got my paper all the way down to the bottom, but that was intentional. So I'm just going to move that up just to make sure that's the nice size. So that goes on there, and then this is going to go on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to have this one that's going to run this way. So I'm going to have 3 pockets like so. You can use your waist. So I don't know if I could maybe even get one up here. I could even use the offcut that came off of the other one. So the top one, I could maybe even use it there. So I've got a pocket there. So I've got 4 pockets like so. And look how nice that looks. So the only thing I may have to do is just cut off a little bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to check. I think it's about 1/8 of an inch cut off. So I'm just going to cut 1/8 of an inch off, and then if I need to cut any more, we can do. So no, that 1/8 of an inch just seems to work. So that then is going to fit over there like so. I will round that corner, and then this one here, again probably just 1/8 of an inch off as well. But this one doesn't really matter so much because you are hiding that one of the edges in there, and then that isn't going to go on like so. Now I'm going to move that all the way over. Move that over. Push that up, and then that's then your page. Now if you didn't want to have these as a pocket, you could make them into a flap. So you could have this as a flap. So you would just need to use a construction strip, and you could have them flapping open like so. So that one would flap, then you could have this one flapping open, and then you could have that one flapping open that way. So it's not just for pockets, you can use them to make your flaps as well. So that's one use of the tool. So the next part of this little know-how step-by-step guide is your layering tool. I know there's lots of layering tools on the market as well, but I wanted to do a tool that can do a few things at once, not just be like not a one-hit wonder, but a one-job wonder, should I say. So because I had some acrylic spare on the tool, I thought that would be a good use of it. So I need myself just a bit of paper. It's not a lot, don't need a lot of it. So you thought, oh, I can't be bothered to cut it down or work out. So if you've got your ruler, you think, right, need to work that out, then I need to work out how much this is going to be. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put this on, and I'm just going to stick it anywhere. So I'm going to stick it there like so. Okay, so it's in the middle. Now I'm going to go with a 1/4 inch border this time. So on your tool you've got your 1/4 inch just there. There we go. Maybe if I put the back, there we go, you can see it a little bit better now. And then you've got those etch lines here. So those etch lines are going to sit just above or just on the edge of your paper. So I'm going to put it on there like so. Get it to a point. When it's there again, you need to give it quite a bit of pressure to hold it down, and just very carefully using the edge of the tool just cut down. So that's our first 1/4 inch. Now, if we go then, and we'll go round. 1, and then we'll go round again. This is really useful if you've got lots of labels to make, and it just makes life so much easier. So then we're going to go with this one and cut that bit off. And then that is your perfectly matte and layered. So I've got a 1/4 inch all the way around. So I can either now round them corners. What I should have done is rounded my paper underneath, but don't worry, this is just for demonstration purposes. And then you can put a hole in the top there, and that's your tag that's then going to go into your project. Or you can then decorate that however you want to, with some embellishments and things like that, and then it can go into your book or onto the front of a card if you're doing cards. So this is the angled pocket guide, and it is available at tamaramortoncrafts.com, and at the moment there is a 10% discount on this tool, so please do head over there, and the discount code will be in the description box down below, and it's going to go for about a week or so. So today's date is the 16th of March, so by the 23rd of March, 12 o'clock AM, the discount code won't work anymore. So please get yours now, and as I say, you will then get your lovely little stylish pencil case that is going to keep it nice and secure. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow. I'm also on lots of social medias. All my links, as always, are in the description box down below, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye.